What's going on, YouTube? It's Thomas L. back with another top 10 video. In there's this week is the new film titled Destination Wedding, which stars Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder. Now, Winona Ryder has been around for a while, but right now she's pretty much more best known for playing the mother Joyce Byers on Netflix's hit show Stranger Things, and of course she's gonna reprise her role for season 3. I really can't wait for season 3 of Stranger Things. That show is just fantastic. Winona Ryder is really good as always, and I can't wait to see what she does back for this for season 3. But anyways, Winona Ryder have been in movies like tons of times, but I'm glad to see her making a comeback because I remember when she got arrested for shoplifting in her career, and it kind of looked like her career was going to end and all. But I'm glad to see her making a comeback, and Netflix is really helping. Anyway, without further ado, here is my top 10 favorite Winona Ryder movies. Coming in at number 10 is Little Women, which is of course based on the classic novel by Louisa May Alcott, and is pretty much about the Marsh sisters who grow up in in post Civil War America. This was a really good flick. It came out in 1994, and I found it pretty cute. It had a good cast. I mean, got Kristen Dunst was in this, Christian Bale, Susan Sarandon was also in this film. You also had the likes of Gabriel Byrne, Samantha Mathis, Clara Danes, Eric Stoltz. Pretty decent cast. And Winona Ryder was really good at playing one of the Marsh sisters. Now, of course, I never read the book of Little Women, not even when I was in school, but I really dig some of the movies that's based on Little Women. And not to mention, Greta Gerwig is also making her own take on Little Women. So we're probably going to be seeing more Little Women movies down the line. But yeah, if you haven't seen the 1994 Little Woman adaptation with Winona Ryder, I'd say give it a go. It's really good. At number 9 is the Adam Sandler comedy Mr. Deeds, which was a remake of the classic film Mr. Deeds Go to Town. Adam Sandler was pretty funny in this. Winona Ryder was pretty decent. This movie was pretty funny. Of course, I'm biased because I am a Sandler fan, and I kind of do really like Sandler movies, even the unpopular ones. And this one's slightly unpopular. Lots of people don't really care much for Mr. Deeds, but I find this should be pretty funny. And Winona Ryder had pretty good chemistry with Adam Sandler. Yeah, Mr. Deeds is definitely a fun flick to watch now. Especially if you're a Sandler fan. I think you'll probably appreciate it. At number 8 is the 1989 Jerry Lee Lewis biopic, Great Balls of Fire, which of course starred Dennis Quaid as Jerry Lee Lewis. Winona Ryder played Mara Gail Brown. You also had the likes of Alec Baldwin. This movie was definitely a good biopic. Alec Baldwin. Dennis Quaid was really good at playing Lewis. Winona Ryder gave a decent performance. The movie came out in 1989, and I think it probably still holds up, but maybe not as much. Yeah, Great Balls of Fire is a really good little movie. If you're like into music biopics and stuff, definitely give Great Balls of Fire a go because it's really good. And of course, it features lots of Lewis's classic songs, like the aforementioned Great Balls of Fire. Such a classic tune. At, at number 7 is the 1986 coming of age teen film Lucas. Now, there's been a lot of like teen movies in the 80s. Of course, Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink. I gotta say, Lucas is kind of the underrated one out of the bunch. It's, I mean, the film has like the late Corey Haim, who plays like the title role. You had you had like a young Charlie Sheen way before the controversial stuff. Like, it's pretty much like a coming of age romance film. It's definitely a film that hardly no one really talks about when you talk about 80s, teen films. Yeah, I mean, it has a lot of interesting stuff. It has romance, it has like coming of age, like teen drama, football. If you're a football fan, if you haven't had a chance to check out Lucas, I say give that one a go. It's really good. And R.I.P. Corey Haim, you was the best. Anyway, at number 6 will be Dracula, the Francis Ford Coppola classic, which is of course based on the Bram Stoker tale. Gary Oldman starred as Dracula. You also had, I believe Anthony Hopkins was in this. Keanu Reeves, who's also in Destination Wang with Winona Ryder. I think Greg Kinnear was also in this movie. Right. Had a pretty decent cast. Oh yeah, Richie Grant was in this. Oh no, not Greg. I meant Carrie Ellis. What the? He's up on those two. Anyway, Monica Bellucci was also in this. I love that movie to death. It's definitely one of the best modern tellings of Dracula. Gary Oldman is amazing as Dracula. Um, you know, Ryder was decent. Keanu Reeves was pretty decent. This movie is definitely a fun flick to watch. If you haven't seen that Dracula movie with Gary Oldman in it, give it a go. It's really good, especially if you're into Dracula. At number 5, I'm gonna have the 1999 film Girl Interrupted, which is of course based on writer Susanna Kayson's, and like her character was in a like a mental hospital in like the 80s. Fantastic movie. Angelina Jolie won her first Oscar for this film. The late Brittany Murphy was in this. She was pretty decent. Whoopi Goldberg was also in this. Clea Duvall, Elizabeth Moss, way before Handmaid's Tale. Jared Leto was even in this. Jeffrey Tambor, Vanessa Redgrave. The cast in this was terrific. I mean, the performances alone was amazing. This was kind of like the '90s version of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. If you haven't had a chance to check out Girl Interrupted, give it a go. I mean, the movie turns 10 years old not 10, 20 years old next year. And I think it also still holds up. Like, the performances still holds up. Definitely check out Girl Interrupted. It's fantastic. At number 4 will be the 1990 coming of age movie Mermaids, which starred Winona Ryder alongside Cher. and a very young Christina Ricci. And also the late Bob Hoskins was also in Mermaids. Mermaids is a really good like mother-daughter relationship movie. Cher was she was pretty much at the top of her game when it came to movies from like the 80s and 90s. Yeah, she was pretty actually decent in films as well. This was also pretty much Christina Ricci's breakout film, and Ryder was good. Mermaids is a really good film. It's also kind of underrated. Like I don't really hear many people talk about Mermaids as much as they should. But if you haven't had a chance to check out the movie Mermaids with Winona Ryder in it, it's a really good movie. Like people could even relate to the characters too. So I'll say definitely check Mermaids out. And number 3 will be Tim Burton's 1988 horror comedy Beetlejuice, which of course starred the amazing Michael Keaton as the Tyrell. You also got Alec Baldwin, Gina Davis, Jeffrey Jones was in this, Catherine O'Hara. Cool cast. Man, and it's also directed by Tim Burton, who also directed Winona Ryder in another movie I'm going to mention pretty soon. But Beetlejuice is a classic. It's Michael Keaton is amazing as the Beetlejuice. Winona Ryder was pretty young in this film too. Like she was pretty much like a child slash teen actor, like in the like during the 80s, and she was fantastic in these movies. Beetlejuice is both like scary and it's pretty funny. And I heard that like they're supposed to be doing a sequel down the line. I'll be down to see another Beetlejuice, but hey, they've been saying that for like years, and God knows if that's ever gonna happen. But we'll wait and see. But yeah, Beetlejuice is an all-time '80s classic. All right, number 2 will be Edward Scissorhands, another Tim Burton movie. Pretty much Winona Ryder worked with Tim Burton mainly, I think twice, believe it or not. And of course, this is the classic film with Johnny Depp, who of course has like scissors for hands. Is the name Edward Scissorhands? Vincent Price was also in this. I think this was like his last final film before he passed. His part in this was really good. It also had speaking of Charlie Sheen, it also had Berta from Two and a Half Men. She was also in this. But yeah, I simply adore Beetlejuice. It's so heartfelt. Johnny Depp was pretty much at the top of the game back in the days. He was fantastic in the role of Edward Scissorhands. Of course, it was like the first time Johnny Depp and Tim Burton worked together, and hence their friendship. Edward Scissorhands is just amazing. I actually saw it like back in theaters a few years back, and it was a cool experience watching this movie on the big screen. Because I wasn't like born when it first came out, so but AMC had like this classic program where they show like classic you know classic movies, and Edward Scissorhands was one of them, and I was like, I'll see Edward Scissorhands on the big screen. Amazing experience. But yeah, Edward Scissorhands rocks. And also, Johnny Depp had pretty good chemistry with Winona Ryder and Edward Scissorhands. So yeah, if you still haven't seen Scissorhands by now, definitely give it a go. Especially if you want to watch like early Tim Burton and early Johnny Depp films. And of course, at number 1 is another 80s teen classic. It will be 1988's film Heathers. Of course, this is a film about like good girl, like a snobby cliche of girls who are who destroys like a good girl's reputation, and it's a nutty film. Like I'm not gonna go into any like much details. I'm not gonna try to get spoil territory because God knows if anyone have seen Heathers. If you still haven't seen Heathers by now, what you're waiting for. But anyway, this movie's a teen classic. I mean, you got like Winona Ryder, Shannon Doherty was in this, Krisha Slater. I mean, if you want, like, this is another film you'll probably want to watch if you want to catch up on like old '80s teen films. Because I mean, of course, back in the '80s, teens never really, of course, smartphone and stuff like that wasn't around, so teen movies were totally different back in the '80s, and Heather's, was no different. Like, pretty much they destroyed a girl's reputation, and not in a good way. I mean, I really love Heather's. It's really funny. It's really dark. Like it's the darkest teen movies of that era. And now, and also lots of films and even shows nowadays kind of paid homage to Heather. Like that upcoming movie Assassination Nation kind of has like a Heather's feel to it. The film I saw last year, Tragic Girls, totally felt like Heather's meets Scream. And there's also like a Heather's TV show reboot that's supposed to premiere on TV. I saw the trailer for that, and it doesn't look all that great, but I'll be down to just see it because hey, if it stinks, who cares? Still got the original. But yeah, that's pretty much my favorite Winona Ryder movies. Let me go down the list. 10. Little Women. 9. Mr. Deeds. 8. Great Balls of Fire. 7. Lucas. 6. Dracula. 5. Girl Interrupted. 4. Mermaids. 3. Beetlejuice. 2. Edward Scissorhands. And number 1, Heathers. Alright, what's your favorite Winona Ryder movies? Now, I probably left off few. I could have probably gone with The Age of Innocence, the one with Daniel Day-Lewis. I could have also gone with let's see, maybe what Black Swan. She was pretty decent at that. Could have also gone with Scanlon Darkly, which also had Keanu Reeves along with Robert Downey Jr. Really good anime flick. There's plenty of others I could have gone with. But let me leave it to you guys. What's your favorite Winona Ryder movies? Do you have a favorite? Like which film? Like which Winona Ryder movie that's not on my list that you'll probably add? Leave your comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Thomas L signing off.